President-elect Donald Trump appears to be building a cabinet in his own image. Many of his nominees have close ties to Wall Street, little government experience, and worth millions, sometimes billions of dollars. Joining us is Bloomberg Politics reporter Steven Yaccino. All right, give us the breakdown on how his current cabinet, it's still small, but we're starting to put it together. How does it compare to the past couple administrations?
That's right. Well, when you look at gender and diversity, or just diversity in general on the cabinet, it's actually pretty similar to Republican cabinets we've seen in the past. They're male, mostly white cabinets, not fully, but for the most part. Different than President Obama's in that sense. But what's really unique about Donald Trump's cabinet so far is that money. You mentioned it. These are very, very rich people that he is nominating for these cabinet posts. And that's something, we've seen some of that, but not to this extent. It's almost a number of these people are worth millions, if not billions of dollars.
And in the Bloomberg story that we have published, 11% of the cabinet are billionaires. 11% are also former generals. And in terms of government experience, that's where it really differs from, for instance, George W. Bush.
That's right. So there's two things happening here. Donald Trump was elected, and he believes has this mandate to shake up Washington. With that comes, in his mind, two things. One, he believes that you don't need to have government experience to run the government. That running a business, being a smart person is all the qualifications that are needed to run some of these departments. He's clearly shown that. Generals, he's showed a preference for strong leaders, strong businessmen. These are the types of people he gravitates towards. The other thing is, big bank accounts make big brains in Trump's mind. He thinks if you're smart enough to make money, you're smart enough to figure out any situation, and therefore, in his mind, they don't necessarily have to have the experience in even the sector that they're leading these departments in. It's about being a problem solver and being a smart person in general, and he believes he's chosen a cabinet that fits that criteria.
Maybe there's not diversity in terms of the demographics. Right. What about in terms of ideology? Is there anything where you look at all of them together and you say, hey, this makes sense?
Well, it doesn't make complete sense. The common thread through all of these are the things that we've been talking about: the business background, the strong leader, and even in the money-making potential in their past careers. Ideologically, it's a little scattershot. But remember, Donald Trump is a little scattershot when it comes to ideology too. Issue by issue, he doesn't have a full, spread. He has a full spread of ideas that kind of doesn't quite make sense when you look at it as a whole. But when you dig into each issue, he's picked these people because he agrees with the stance they take on trade, or with the stance they take on free market, or what have you. That's what we're seeing with these picks. But as far as stepping back, there's no common ideological thread. Yeah. I mean, mostly conservatives, but not a whole.
Did he throw a bone at all to Democrats or anyone looking for any sign of bipartisanship? I mean, is there any nominee that will probably sail through the confirmation process?
I think a lot of these will be confirmed, and I think a lot of them will be confirmed without a ton of contest in the Senate. There will be some tough questions, but in the end, I think most of them will get appointed. The bone that he threw to Democrats seemed mostly to be in the interview process, and we'll never know how genuine they actually were. But he did show some effort in the interview process of making sure he was reaching out across ideological lines, reaching out to more centrist people and hearing their take and considering them for the jobs. In the end, he didn't pick many of those people.